ladies and gentlemen. We've had a few minutes delay to start, but it's great to see you all. I hope we'll have you tuned in on the YouTube. I'm just going to add the live chat to our window here, so I'll be able to see you. I already see we have someone in the chat. Tom, good to see you. We're of course here for the Gabro Games Wingman 2025 tournament. So I'm really excited. We've got 9 teams lined up this year. And as you can see here, we've got our initial game. Because of odd numbers, we have one team who has to get through round one, and this is Jamie and Pyro Player versus Fur and Brooklyn. And these are both, I'm really interested to see this game because these are both new teams to Gabro Games. I haven't really played with either team at all, haven't seen much of their gameplay, so I'm very curious to see what they come up with. We'll be sending them over their map bans in just a few moments, and we'll get to watch them live. Um, I'm going to add this YouTube on for us here so we can see you all in the chat. There we go, and we're in. And it's on for our match as well. Excellent. So before we get started, this will be a direct elimination, so that means only one round per match. So they only get one shot in every game to advance. And the teams who advance to the final will get a chance to win our lovely Shadow Daggers lore. Minimal wear each. We have a pair for each of the winners. So I think that is us set up. So without further ado, I will send the teams their map bans and we will see what they're looking like. And we're just sending the map bans to the players now. And we'll have to see. I'm still waiting to hear back from one team, so we might have a delay for a few minutes here, but we'll see how we're going. We'll know anyway because the maps will start to be knocked off. We have team two is Brooklyn and Fur, and then we have team one who's Jamie and Pyro. So as I said, I don't know a whole lot about these players, but from what I've heard, Fur and Brooklyn are both very experienced players, very highly rated on Faceit. So I think they've just got a lot of base experience that's going to be really valuable. But I don't know if they play together a lot or if they're a regular team or not. So that'll be very interesting to see. And then when it comes to Jamie and Pyro Player, I also don't know much about them, but I do know they duo together a lot, and they are sort of quite confident as a team, so that might serve them well. And beyond that, I actually don't know any of their ratings or their stats, but I know they are big contributors to the CS:GO community in general, and do a lot of great effort to keep it going, which we need because you know, a lot of people even these days don't even know CS:GO is still running. Um, and so it's kind of important we keep spreading the word to people because I think a lot of people just take it for granted that it's gone and never coming back. So it's nice to do these events to remind people that you can play this stuff. If anyone in the chat, does anyone let me know if they can hear me all right? Is the audio sound okay? Obviously, we'll have to see when the game gets started for the gameplay, but I think it should be set about right. How am I sounding? There's a 90-second delay as well, just for stream protection, um, to protect the matches for any ghosting and so on. So it'll take a minute for the messages to come through. But do let me know if it's sounding all right to you, and hopefully we'll have these map bans on the way. I'll go check in on these fellas. Ah, yeah, I see one of their members has joined now. Just one moment. We had a bug with this last year where our map bans didn't show correctly, so I'm just gonna check here. Nope. I think we're still waiting on one player. I'll just check in on them now. Cool. I've just been told my voice is a bit low, so I'm just going to turn it up a bit. Let me know if it's gets too extreme. I feel like we'll get to the point where I'm hooting and hollering, and then it's gonna probably break the charts. But we'll see how we go. Excellent. I just checked the latest update on this anyway. I think we're still waiting on one player. They still have a few minutes to join anyway. Um, This will also be there'll be a sort of a secondary, I suppose, aspect to this match as well, which is where the players are from, because we have players from the EU and we have players from Australia. So we've quite a distance between the players today, and we even have players in South Africa on. Sorry, South America, excuse me, playing as well. So we're gonna have very big distances, but we have set up sort of intermediary servers, so there are servers sort of set between the players, so they should both get pretty fair pings. Um, Unfortunately, this time around, South America was late entry. It'll be a little bit of a little bit harsher on the ping, but it is just the location. We should still have really good matches set up for every single one, though. So I'm really excited to see how that sort of plays out as well. If it alters the players' decisions, there'll be sliders peaker advantage with when there's a slightly higher ping as well. So we might see more aggressive plays. It'll be curious to see. And I've just pumped up my sound a bit there, but let me know if it's still too low. Okay, if YouTube's on max, that's probably needs a good jump, so we'll give it a big boost there and see if that's a bit better again. There we go. How are we sounding now? A little better? I'll try not to blow your ears off. Excellent. So I think we're still waiting on one player here. We do give them a small grace period, though, obviously, in case there's any technical issues or anything else. No, I'm afraid we have no LAN games today, Tom. Might be a bit tricky. We'll have to fly them all over to the Gabro headquarters next time. Hand out the knives in person. But for this time, it's across across the globe. I think we're almost there now. This will be our. I think we've hit nearly every continent. I think we still have one or two to go. So I think hopefully another tournament or two down the line, we might truly have a worldwide tournament. This is certainly very worldwide. We certainly got the four corners of the globe, from Europe to North America, South America, and Australia. So it's going to be it's going to be really interesting as well because particularly our group and just in terms of my own experience, I haven't seen I haven't played against many South American or Australian players at all, so it'll be very interesting to see. It's like anything, players themselves, obviously their individual skill and their own creativity counts for a whole lot, but you also get certain like memes and ideas and sort of patterns of behavior in certain places that sort of stick more than others. So it'll be curious to see if we see any different strategies. Okay. Uh, Poor Pyro has written into the chat to say we have not heard from his teammate yet. So we'll give them their fair amount of time because we agreed with them that they couldn't be more than 10 minutes late for a game. So there's still 5 minutes left. So we'll give them the 5 minutes. We'll have some easy listening, to maybe take a break. I'm going to still grab some food. It arrived about 10 minutes before the stream started. So I might chow down and we'll just wait out another 5 minutes here and then we'll move straight on to our next game if not. Excellent. All right, and we will wish the best of luck to Pyro that he gets his teammate to show up. All right, we'll see you soon, folks. I just loaded up a server there and was having a look, and I was like, kind of just want to watch Rick and Vinny fight it out. Um, but I'm not sure if it's in their power. Anyway, folks, sadly, as I said, no show from Team Australia. So we're going to advance to the next game. I'm just messaging the team who are upcoming, but we haven't heard anything from them yet. So I'm going to see. We'll probably take another little break in a few minutes, and if we haven't heard back from them, we might do a community game or something in between to fill out because as I said, we have a lot of new players and a lot of very more distant time zones, particularly for these first couple of games. So we can expect it to be, we can expect to probably have a missing match or two. So we'll see how we go. But I'll for the time being anyway, I will leave these folks to prepare themselves anyway, and I'll come back to you soon and let you know when we have our next match starting. Take it easy. Hello, hello, once again, and I've pumped the volume even more. I was told I was still pretty quiet, so we've cranked it. Um, and I think things probably not looking too good for our next set of contenders. I think Rapu at least is unavailable. So we're going to give them their few minutes, of course, and so they have their chance to join. But in the meantime, I thought we could do a bit of a show match if anyone who either wasn't entering or doesn't mind jumping on, we could just have a quick friendly wingman. I don't know if anyone's interested. I'm sure we'll be able to get a few people in. I can jump on too, and we might get a wee 1v1 just to get ourselves 1v1 or 2v2 just to get ourselves warmed up and started. So if anyone's interested, just send me a Discord or Steam message, and I'll send you an IP where you can connect for this particular match. Still got it. So we're just waiting for some people to come back, and we'll shoot an IP over, and we'll get a wee friendly scrim going to tide us over. And just to say as well, to confirm that Mort and excuse me, I've misplaced the name for a moment. Mort and Fisker, of course, yeah. Mort and Fisker have checked in, so they're available. So they will advance if our other team members don't show up in time. So we shall see. And hopefully we'll get a community game going in the meantime. And if not, our next match is scheduled for half an hour from now, so that will be our sort of next port of call. There we go. Should have that off for our spectatings. And I'm just going to swap over server here, actually, because I think we'll have probably European players for this game. So we'll be loaded up here. Excellent. I kind of hope we get 4 people. I think we might have them now. Just was messaging people there. We'll see. But I really hope we do have 4 players because I would love to actually get a bit of casting in. You know what I mean? I've got myself all psyched up to be casting some matches. It's kind of stealing my thunder a bit. So I hope we get a few in and I can start building some hype. Whee! It's the small pleasures in life. Look, Ma, he made it! He did it! He's a CSer now, a professional. Back on the main stage. Oh my goodness. Glad I'm not playing in this tournament. Jesus. Oh, there it is. Oh dear, yeah. Well, Tom is a competitor for this competition, and I would say certainly on some people's predictions to possibly run away with it. So I'm not surprised. There was some fairly stiff competition here. Plus, he's going to be all psyched up. Ah, like that. Yeah, no. Gonna have to think harder. Yeah, it is a shame. And we give them notice in advance and ask them to tell us if they can't come and so on. But uh, obviously these things can happen. It's a bit of a shame, but we do our best and move on with it. And I think it's still the best way to do it, to give everyone their time and things, because it does mean at least it's fair. Everyone has their slot, they have their chance to show up. Um, and it means kind of everyone has the same sort of rules applied to them. So it sort of streamlines the thing, but it is a shame then, all right, for sure, when people don't show up. But anyway, I'm pretty sure we have. I see. Yeah, certainly our next match we have 4 players who I'm fairly sure are present, so we should be able to get a game running very soon. Anyway, after this one, and we have another one into this one. Delta and Dia, confidently named Gabro champion. This was for last year's Wingman tournament, so he's flexing. And Delta was also last year's tournament champion, but has not got his tag on. He might want to add it, especially if he's going to be playing against Dia. And actually, yeah, this is going to be a little bit frightening, because I'd say 2 of our stronger contenders in the tournament are Dia and Tom. So this will be a fun challenge. I don't even have anyone in yet. I'm still just hunting Tom. Lord help us. Get him. Oh, good. Maybe you'll get shot then instead. Nope, it won't. You'll still shoot me in the face. All right, I've got backup at last. I've got some lads in. Jesus, was it flattering? It's all a blur, Tom. Don't take it too much to heart. Oi, oi, oi. As I was going to jump out and cast here, but to be honest, it's going to be pretty hard against Tom and Dia, I think. But Delta's come out swinging at least. We got one down. If we can get one, we can get 2. Sorry, I was getting back to one of the players there. Excellent. More people who are looking to join. Excellent. We may as well get one more in here. Keep it interesting. We'll make it a 3v3. Excellent. That's one more. Good to go. So, not the strongest opening half for, let's face it, mostly Team Nevik. Ah. Hey! Finally got some damage done. How's there still 2 left? Oh no. We. Damn. Mag was good for 1, that was it. The classic 3v3 wingman. Stiff competition, I tell you. Oh, there's another one, is there? Happy joint. Excellent. I'm gonna end up a wingman with 5 players aside. Oh, Epiphany's in now too. Oh well, we'll have we'll do safe house. I feel like that's neutral ground. I think that's the only map here that's not on the lists. Or is Lake gonna take it? The power of Lake for community games, man. I remember playing Arms Race CS:GO, and it doesn't matter what you played, every other map would always be Lake. I could never understand it, but there you go. It is a great wingman map, though. I really hope we do see it in a few matches today, because it's a really interesting layout. I feel like tactically, it's just way different to almost all the other ones in terms of the options you have and what you have to do to like not just die straight away. Cool. Just gonna jump on spec for a minute. Oh, if it's 3v3, I'll probably spec anyway. I'm gonna message this Mr. Mort, let him know his team has advanced, and we will have the next match then in 20 minutes. Well, you know what? I was gonna stay out of it, but since it's a 4v4, it feels rude. It would feel rude to not. Let's skip on the warm up here and get in down to serious business. The most serious 4v4 wingman you've ever seen. Brace yourselves. Oh dear. People are mad. It's gotta be better, right? Well, I'm not sure if I saw a single enemy, but at least they all died. Whoop, 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 whoop. Nah, if I get a chance. Need more bullets. Waste a lot, I'm happy. Just offering some tactical support there. That's one. Was not to be. I think I might just nick someone's gun here, because I just never have a buy. That'll do. New plan, never buy a gun. Flashes for days. Oh, we only got one. What a shame. Thought I had a good shot on goal there for at least a twofer. Rightio, I say we have just about enough time to finish up this game, and then we'll be moving into our next round, which will be Dia and Haffy versus Nolix and Epiphany. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. Ah, you know what? I'm looking forward to seeing that. I'm getting sick of being shot in the face. It's happening one too many times now. I'm just the caster, like. So violent. He's in the walls. Back to being broke. Should probably try steal a gun again. Oh my goodness. Oh, he did get the trade. I thought he didn't even get the trade. I thought that was just ludicrous. Nasty. Alright. Oh, I can't. That's funny. Like rats all over the shop. Ouch. Nasty. This is just prepping for the real stuff. Speaking of which, we'll be ready to get our next game underway. Fairly soon, so I'd say once we have Nolix and Epiphany back, or sorry, Nolix and Haffy back, excuse me, we will get down to it and get our first proper match of the day. I'm looking forward to it. not expect that one now. That's good. Oh, nearly had him. That was a good hustle. That was dodgy. Alrighty, folks. I'll conclude our little interlude, and now we can move on to hopefully our first match of the day, which will be Dia and Hafi versus Nolix and Epiphany. So I'm just going to create their map bands here, and we'll be sending those to the players, and we'll get ready to go. Whoops. Lovely. So Dia and Hafi are team 1, and Nolix and Epiphany are team 2. So if you want to go into your channels, and I'll send Dia and Epiphany the map band code. Excellent. So we are back. Both teams are in their channels, and we have the map select here. So we should see our map bands coming in soon. Excellent. We have our first team in. Excellent. So we have our first team in, and we are waiting our second team now. If you check your PMs there, Dia, you should have it set up, ready to go. Oh, and we have our first ban in. Train has been banned from Team Dia. Lake is out. Not too surprising so far, you know. We'll have to see, but I'm kind of expecting to see sort of A lot of probably a lot of Nuke, a lot of Inferno, sort of the classics. You'd imagine if someone sort of hasn't played CS:GO as much, they're more likely to play the maps that are, still present in the current game. But we'll just have to see here. Much debate over this one. Oops, we lost our vote there for a minute. My apologies. There we go. We didn't miss any votes anyway. Vertigo is out and Boyard is out. So, as I said, Vertigo may be a little bit of a surprise, but I could definitely see in this matchup it being potentially a strong one for Nolix and Epiphany. So I think it makes sense for Dia's team to ban it there. Nuke is out. That's very interesting. I was sort of still thinking a Nuke player might be running from there, but no, Nuke is out. Overpass is out. So we have very few left. Chalice, Inferno, and Short Dust. So it's getting right down to it. And I don't know. I've seen, I think, both teams practicing on both Inferno and Short Dust. So I could see that coming. But Chalice could still be a surprise pick because it's a great map to know, particularly if you've had a chance to sort of practice on CS:GO. Uh, we had a few people during the week hosting their own servers using the Gabro app and practicing their games, and then sometimes practice, having access to these other more unusual maps might be useful. But Short Dust is out and Chalice is right out, so nope, it's going to be a classic. I'd say probably would be my favorite pick for the series if I was to pick a map that I thought might be picked would be Inferno. So makes sense that that's our very first one. So we will get right underway to Inferno. And fortunately, we already had Inferno loaded up, so I'll just send the players their IP and we'll be good to go. Oh, and actually, I'll just swap it back to Inferno again, just so we get our warm up for our players here. So they have time to get themselves in nice and cozy. Excellent. So we have Nolix and Epiphany. They had second pick, so they're taking CT side, and we're still waiting on Dia's team. And Dia's in, and Haffy are in. Excellent. So this is always a bit interesting as well to see if they make use of the warm-up. Sometimes people just run off to the bathroom. Sometimes they psych the other person out. Sometimes they try to flex. It can be a fun little psychological element before the game gets started. See how the Deagle duels are going. Oh no, Glock. So as I said, I think this is going to be a really well-matched game. We have Nolix and Epiphany, both very experienced, very highly rated players. Both excellent aim as well, I would say. Some of the steadiest aim I've seen, particularly I have to give particular mentions to Epiphany for just excellent crosshair placement. Just some of the best I certainly get a chance to play with, so it's really impressive to see. So I think they're going to be really stiff competition. But obviously on the other side, we have a very powerful duo as well. We've got obviously we have Dia, who was Gem at the time of receiving his Gabro champion title last year. He won the tournament with Delta, and is of course a very powerful player and a very creative player. I would say very good at sort of playing mind games with you, getting behind you. He's he has a lot of tricks up his sleeve, we'll say. And then Haffy on the other side, also a very versatile player. And also, I think, particularly well suited to something like Wingman here, because he's like myself, he's played a lot of CSS gun game, and similar to Gem, he's developed quite a sort of fairly tricky play style, as well as having more than a sharp enough aim to hunt down some of these guys. So I think it's going to be very interesting. I think it's going to be a close matchup. And for this one in particular, I honestly don't know which way it's going to go. So it'll be very interesting to see who manages to squeeze it out. Showing off some sneaky no scopes. You know, I've been thinking what it is people appeals to Inferno so much on this side, and I think one factor is certainly it's fairly balanced. It can be a little bit trickier on the T side to get in, and on the side with just a pair of people. But because you can take it so slowly, and the CTs kind of then have limited options as to what they can hold, you still have a lot of options to play around with that. There's still a lot of options out of apps because you've the side apps and boiler as well as short and long separate from that. So you're somewhat constrained, but you know it's difficult for the CTs to hold everything. And certainly if they're pushed back, then there's many more options then as soon as you hit the site. And that's assuming we don't see any early aggression from CTs. We might see early aggression as well. They might want to try and sort of catch the other team out, catch them off guard early on. I could definitely see that happening as well. So it'll be very interesting to see. And good luck, have fun to both teams. This is going to be a good one. And at last, the first game of Gabro Games Wingman Tournament 2025 is underway. And I cannot wait to get stuck into this. So we already have Haffy coming up long very quickly. Very early aggression. He knows there's one pit, and he knows the rest of site. Gem has just pushed out of apps and has taken the kill and pushes out further and takes Nolix on short. And very early on, Tees did a really good job of catching them off there. You know, you've seen that they played a more defensive style on site, and that can be really punished, especially when you have players willing to take risks. Haffy pushed very aggressively there, and it really paid off for his team. I'm glad we got to see some really aggressive play early on. Haffy's heading backwards this time, another brave one, but they're ready for him this time. So it's just a 1v2, and he's only got the deagle, but he has the info. Is he going to get it? He gets a bit of damage in, but not much. He's going to escape through apartments. He's going to have to take a nerf fight against Epiphany on long, and oh, Epiphany gets it with the... Is that the P2000? Yeah, took him out just with the P2000 as well. So that's 1-1 already, and as expected, this is going to be a very interesting game. I'm delighted to see the players really come out swinging in here. And just a vicious amount of util. I think Nolix and Epiphany did a lot of preparation, and I think they're going to really be using that util. You can see how Dia and Haffy really just using stealth a bit more, trying to deny information, not use too much util early on. And I guess they probably don't have many choices for this round anyway, because they're on the half buy. So they're going to rely on their stealth once again. Gem taking first peek, no contact, and Haffy's out. And he manages to get a great Tech 9 kill on Epiphany. Very quick and efficient. And I think they know where he is. Nope, they didn't, but they were still quickly on it, locked on from Gem. And not a bother to them. Oh, and a quick shot from Nolix. And they're both taken out round the corner. They try to rush in and just get nothing done there. Epiphany and Nolix have their buy built up now. It's going to be a lot trickier. Just give me one moment there. Just have to check a setting here on the server for us. But we'll watch Haffy as he makes his entry. Oh, and a great opening kill from Haffy. And I assume, yes, Nolix gets the trade. And Gem actually pushing up really close on short. He fall bind very quick here. And sure enough, yeah, Nolix is not ready for it. And boom, a very vicious no-scope. Very a confident, commanding shot to take the lead here for the T side. First contact, Haffy in again with these early engagements, really helping the team out. And Gem pushes Apps with an AWP. Very brave. And it pays off. This is just a, I gotta say, very impressive ebb and flow from Gem and Haffy here. They've got a really nice alternation between sort of fast and slow, and just altering their pace at just the right time to try and catch the enemies out. And we'll see if they have any luck here. Are they going to get any info off the molly? No. So they're still going to just head up short. Might get caught out here. Haffy's going to have his back turned. He survives. Gets the counterfire from Epiphany, and he's pushed back. And this is tough for them now, because now they're forced back again. And Gem already taking the apartments very quickly. He's already getting ready to push out. Haffy's taking it slow, because he can. Gem is about to take his shot, and he gets it, and Haffy's locked Nolix onto site. Oh, but Nolix gets the trade. He has a shot here. He has to hit his shot, but he doesn't get it. Haffy gets another kill with the AK. That was a shame there, particularly for their low buy. I think they done a lot of damage there and had a really good shot at it. but didn't quite pay off for them. And just one round left in this half. Is the ex-champion going to pull a commanding lead, or are the dodgy suspects going to manage to pull it back and give themselves a really good chance here in the second round? So some early util, and again, it's quite well placed, but because of this ebb and flow that Gem and Hafi have had gone this entire game, it's just not affecting them. They know when to push and when not. And look at that, a lovely setup flash from Gem for Hafi, and all the way from mid. And now they have the info for the pit, and it's a one tap. Very, very strong start. From Dia and Hafi. Very impressive stuff. As I say, I always think it's very hard to see in these very quick matches, but I mean, Epiphany and Nolix are incredibly experienced here, and know this map inside and out, and have also, I think, done quite a lot of prep. So this is a really impressive start for Dia and Hafi. And let's see how their strategy differs. Dia's going straight in with the Zeus into the smoke. Let's head round and see. And the other two are going to try and sneak up long. He's pulled back out. He's got the pistol back out. He's going to get an aim here. Is he going to get a shot? So first contact on Gem. And now they have info on Hafi. And Hafi and Gem are kind of having the same problem they did. But it doesn't matter because Hafi hits two incredible shots. Tap, tap. And they're done for. Very impressive, and that's really got to put a sink in the plan for Epiphany and Nolix now. It's going to be very tough to bring it back from this, and I'm really curious to see what they're going to try. So I figured they'd try something different. They're heading up for the apps play. And this time, the util is good, does good damage to Nolix, and I'd say is that info, and Hafi's already got a kill, and they've got the flank. And that is very, very commanding. So this is it. After our first game, absolutely coming out swinging from Hafi and Gem, and they may get knocked out here. Poor Nolix and Epiphany here might get knocked out at the first hurdle. But they have got a decent buy, pretty strong buy, so they do have a really good shot at this. Aggressive util, but they're going to get them off the angles. A little bit of damage to Epiphany, but they're still good. Nolix is heavy. He's pushed Hafi back and done a lot of damage. Now they're kind of locked in, but they have a lot of info. They know they have the mags. They know they're about to run out of smokes. They have a lot of info and a lot of space, and I think what Gem is doing here makes sense, but it might be predicted out because the sort of, again, just because of the nature of it, because they were both pushed onto this side, they're kind of limited in what they can do. But it seems like they're not checking. And they just about don't get punished for it. Thankfully, the mag wasn't enough to do the damage needed to finish it off there. So Epiphany and Nolix hold on for dear life. That was a tough round, but very well played. I think they kind of stuck to what they knew, and they kind of forced the enemy to sort of take normal fights with them. Obviously, Gem got one behind them. But they reacted very well all the same, and I think they still had a sense that that was going to happen. They're already out again, more aggression, and I think this makes a lot of sense. They've got a good shot at out-aiming them. They've got the AKs for the one-taps. If they can just hit these shots, they can end a few rounds very quickly, and this certainly doesn't have to be over, and a beautiful shot from Nolix to set them up here. Epiphany's coming in. He's clearing. He hasn't found anyone yet, and he's waiting. And he sees it, but not in time. And Nolix is set up, and he keeps them in this. So our game continues at 4-8. So fair play to Epiphany and Nolix here for keeping their nerve, getting some great opening rounds, even after losing the first on the second half. And being so far down, they've really brought it back and really still have a chance here. It's only 4 rounds at the end of the day, and this is CS. It's only 2 players as well. It can swing on a dime, and it's what always makes the Wingman games very tense. Bad flash lets Nolix get in. He gets the molly to push Haffy off the angle. Great util to just lock down. Are they going to try and lock out Hut? No, they have info of both players. Epiphany's going for the plant. Nolix is just holding huge damage to Epiphany, though. He does not get out unscathed, but he manages to get a kill just as he runs back. Catches the flank. Gem was too slow there. He was trying to do a quick sneak around, but again, it's just really difficult if you're stuck on that long angle. You're just not going to get the chance. As you can see, Haffy's still not sure where they are. He knows one. And no, too much for him. A beautiful double peek. And I guess them another round on the board. The dodgy suspects are not out yet. So I'm always curious as to what the T's want to do at times like this. They're going to push a long play, which I think makes a lot of sense. It's a great setup. They got some good fights here, but they kind of really need to not give the game away until it's too late, and they might be here. Haffy's ready, but Gem isn't. But Haffy flattens them with a single MP9 shot. Incredibly well played. They had a wonderful shot there, but what a wonderful, wonderful shot from Haffy. Incredible play. Just absolutely wonderful. Well done to the reigning champion Gem and his new teammate Haffy. A very well-earned victory. And commiserations to Nolix and Epiphany. They played very well. But that is it for this game, and we are just 5 minutes out from our next game, so we will be starting again very shortly. So if the players could vacate the server, and we will check the scoreboards. We will update them now. In fact, we have 2 to update because I haven't updated Jalika here. So Fisker and Mort are going through, and now, of course, Dia and Haffy are going through. Excellent. So, I believe our next match coming up is Ankh and Boom versus EIG, EICG, and Le Pepito. So, I'll have to contact them first and make sure they're all good to go. And after that, we will get started. We'll be back in one moment, folks. Well, folks, we have good news and we have bad news. Bad news is another pair of contestants are currently are not online and are due to start. Uh, so I will give them. I will obviously give them their fair time. So I see Ank and Boom are ready, so they can uh, stay readied up for the 10 minutes. But our next game, then, I know for a fact that Fur and Brooklyn are still around. And Elephant and Tom are also still around. I've seen them in the chat. So we should definitely have a game starting again in 30 minutes. So that'll probably be our next game. So maybe we'll take a little break, get yourselves a bite to eat, go to the bathroom, prep yourselves. And as I say, we'll leave the stream on here for a few more minutes just to give Ank and Boom to give the other two players their fair chance to sign up and go in to compete against Ank and Boom. But if not, of course, Ank and Boom will advance. So that's us. Our first game done and dusted. Inferno was a great one. I'm curious to see if we'll see more Inferno now in the games coming up. Um, as I said, just going to wait here for another few minutes for Le Pepito and his harder to pronounce companion. Um, Sorry, one of the teams just sent me their logo, which I feel like they've put too much effort into not to put up, in fairness. I've got it sent to me twice now, so we'll have to represent that in our next game on in half an hour, which will be Elephant and Tom versus Fur and Brooklyn. Um, so we will have to see at that point. Clearly, Tom is not here. I have a feeling he was always lurking. We were doing a practice stream the other night, and I was wondering then maybe people were doing their homework on it. Anyway, as I say, we'll just be given the last 5 minutes now to give our fair shake for these two members to show up. But if not, it'll be Ank and Boom advancing to the next round, and we'll have our next game on in about 25 minutes. I think Tom and Ellie are fairly wound up and ready to go for their game anyway. They've been, yeah, fairly patiently waiting. But I think Fur and Brooklyn are the same. Honestly, I can see them sort of, as it's going on, they're like, when are we coming in? Are we going? So, um, I think we're gonna have two teams wound up to the max and hopefully ready to get some kills in. So it'll be interesting. Excellent. So we just have a few more minutes left now, and then it will be Ank and Boom who are advancing. And hopefully Ellie and Tom and Fur and Brooklyn will then get their fair shake in just about 20 minutes now. Yeah, if you want to keep the stream, if you want to keep the stream rolling, but we can't. I mean, I'm trying to think. It'll be Ank and actually we probably shouldn't, Tom. Just the only reason is because Ank and Boom will advance to their stage, and if you win your match, you'll be playing them next. So it probably doesn't make sense to you to play a friendly beforehand. But thank you for the suggestion there. They were just trying to see if we can get another, match to fill or show match, just so we have a little something running in the background. But I tell you what, there's two players on the server as is, so I will leave the spectate on, and we might get another small friendly game going here, whilst we wait for our next upcoming game proper. And the off shot right into spawn from Ank. Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. I didn't have it even on the screen. We had Ank who had just joined in. Sorry, I'll swap to this now, and we can stay on our view of the afternoon. All right, folks. That clinches it anyway. So that means Ank and Boom will advance. A little anticlimactic after our very close last match, but we'll take it. We'll take it, and it means we'll have the rest of our board lined up for our remaining matches. Excellent. Right, I'll leave the spectate on for this these two guys whilst they have a wee warm up, and we will have our next game on in 20 minutes, and I'll be back very soon. Gonna have a little break here for myself, have my own bathroom break, and have a quick bite to eat, and I'll be back with you in about 10 minutes. But we'll in the meantime we'll keep the games going. So enjoy. We'll catch you soon. Rightio, folks, we're back in action. So I'm just going to be messaging the Tom here, but I think his team is good to go, and the other team have messaged me that they're good to go as well. So we should be able to get underway very shortly here. Um, I'll ask the players to vacate the server for Ank and Boom to move up, and we'll start to get the teams in here. And Elephant and Tom will be team 2, and Fur and Brooklyn will be will be team 1, and Fur and Brooklyn will be team 2. Excellent. So the map bans are up. Excellent. We'll move to our map bans, and we'll be saying them to the players in just a moment. Perfect. Our teams have their map bans, map ban links, so we should have our map bans coming in now. So I'll be curious to see now. Are we going to get more Inferno? It's certainly not out the question. Um, and yeah, I'm not certain, but I suspect that Fur and Brooklyn haven't are more CS2 than CS:GO savvy, at least at the moment. I could definitely be wrong on that though, because I don't know much about what they've played before. As I said, all I know is that they're very highly skilled players. But my prediction for that would be they'd be more likely to go for perhaps a more modern map, a map that's currently in CS2, but it's no guarantee, frankly. It really could go either way, and I'm trying to think. Even when it comes to Elephant and Tom, I can probably hazard a guess at maybe one or two maps they might want to ban, but other than that, I'm not really sure what they'll be sort of aiming for. Nuke is always a big favorite across the board. I could see Nuke coming out for either side. Same with Inferno again, of course. We don't see much overpass. Again, it is a modern one, but at least with my experience on the Wingman overpass in CS:GO, is it's quite oppressive. The map, you're kind of quite locked in. You don't have as many options on the T side. It's quite obvious where you're coming from, and it can be a bit of a slog. So oh, hang on a moment there. We might have the wrong link up in our chat. Just want to make sure. Boyard is out. Oh yeah, nope, we're good. Excellent. So Boyard is the first out. Uh, Relatively predictable here. I suspect Boyard and Chalice are going to be very heavily banned because they weren't even hugely popular even in the CS:GO days. We have them on the map list today because they're sort of the maps that were on CS:GO at the moment. It was frozen in time and left forever. So those are the maps, and straight away, yeah, Boyard's out, Chalice is out, Short Dust, not too surprised about that as well. Don't see our players on Short Dust very much. Train is out as well. Also, quite a tricky map to play around. It's a good one if you're prepared for it, but it's a nightmare if you haven't because there's so many little tricky angles and things. So I'm not too surprised to see that's out. Lake as well, also not much of a surprise. It's a very unusual map, and it's also um, CS:GO exclusive, so it plays odd. And then if you're not familiar with that oddness, I think you can very easily get caught out. Cobblestone out here again, and as I predicted, did I not call it Inferno or Nuke? And who has the last say here? I think it's Team Blue, but I'm actually not sure. We'll see when it comes in now. And yes, Team Blue have banned Nuke, so they're taking Inferno, will be the first match. Excellent. So we'll be heading off to sunny Inferno. I'll just send the IP to the players and we will get our game underway. Excellent. And we'll be moving over to our match in just a moment here. We should see our players coming in right about now. Oh, we'll get out of here and get into our spectates so we can see what's happening. No players in yet. We'll wait for them to join now. Here's the two. Two are in straight away. Oops, our bot has joined the game, which we do not want. Elephant probably wants better than a bot by his side. But here we go. We've Giza, Nervu, and Elephant all ready to go. We're just waiting on Tom now. Just gonna double check, make sure he's gotten the IP, same as everyone else. He has, so I'm sure he'll be in just a moment. And as I said, warm-ups are interesting. Elephant's been taking it casually, just trying to feel out his opponent a bit. And yeah, they're both not going to be giving too much away here, I think. Going to be taking it easy. Practice a bit of crosshair control and just play it nice and calm. Like I said, all these players very, very experienced, so I don't think any of them will be particularly nervous, particularly now it's Inferno, you know. I think that removes a lot of sort of the factors, the unknowns when it comes to, you know, a match like this is, you know, a huge part of it is the map. You know, maybe you play a bit more CS2, sure the mechanics are different, but it's quite surprising how similar um, how similar the mechanics are really between the two games. So we'll see. We'll see how well the players adapt. I suspect neither team will have much problem. Seems like Giza and Tom are actually having a bit of a scrim, or were. Tom's leaving him for now, after taking his first headshot. So we'll be underway in just a few moments now. But I gotta say, Giza and Nervu, excuse me, are looking rearing to go. Yep. Excellent. All right. And we are off. Our warm-up is done. Our players are ready. And we're going straight into this with Tom and Elephant on the T side. And we've seen how difficult it was to combat that.
Hey, are you coming to Discord?
I think I overheard that. That was quite funny. One sec, we have a tech problem. We're going to pause. One moment. All right, folks, and we're back. Just had a small technical issue there, but now we are back into the action. So we'll see what Ellie and Tom are planning to put up here. I think they're really going to have to be the ones to make the decisions, at least early on. Giza and Nerva staying close together near the pit maps. So they're probably looking to trade off each other. They're playing relatively conservatively. And you can see here, when we were seeing this map last time, Haffy bolted the long side and kind of shocked them. And they're not going to be doing that this time. They're going to be playing a lot more stealthy. Tom is sneaking all the way up here. Is he going to get caught out? He is, by Nerva. And now it's down to Elephant. And a great peek from Nerva. And it's going to be a tough fight from Elephant from here. And he's done for. Very clean, very strong setup. And fairly intimidating. I don't know why we still hear him on the old chat. I think it's when I'm like spectating him, it actually follows his voice, which is quite funny. But they are not using that for the communications here. Elephant down with a kill. Giza gets the trade. Giza gets another hit in. So, sounds like Ellie and Tom might still be having comms issues. I think they're going to have to sort it out if they're going to want to get an edge on this game, because Giza and Nervo looking very strong for their openers. And a very quick peek from Nerva and a second peek and just absolutely flattens them. And as you can see, they're sort of falling into a difficult situation here, which is where they're getting caught in this mid choke point. And if you do, it's very hard to get out. It's very hard to sort of maneuver your way out if you're not already out, or if you don't already have a threat. And that's exactly what they're going to do this time. Punish it, and that's good. They get the trade this time. Tom is only on 1 HP, but Elephant has gotten Giza, and they do at least have an entry in this round. That's what they need to do. They need to be able to put a press on. They can't afford to allow themselves to be bullied. Even if they drop that round, they've gotten a little bit more control, a little bit more spark, and they can actually get an entry now. So we'll see what they do with it into this round. But it's looking difficult here for Elephant and Tom. Giza and Nerva coming out strong. Just very calm. Very well composed and put together, great util usage. And Elephant Nervo just got completely flashed out and just instantly taken out. They've just had no luck on this T side, and it's something for me why I don't like to take a wingman Inferno as my pick all the time, because it can be very tough if you're stuck on the T side and you can't get out of this midsection. It becomes very difficult, but a great opener from Tom. Nervo's going to get a bit of a trade damage, but a great trade from Ellie, and they get their first point on the board. That's more like it. And in fairness now, they're just out aiming there. They figured a little bit of a weakness. They realize one of them is getting stuck and short there on his own, and they're taking that fight first and trying to lock it down. And this time, Elephant, rather than getting caught out in the middle, he was a bit more defensive. He was a little bit more safe, a bit smarter with how he played. And it allowed him to get the trade more easily. So we'll see what Giza and Nerva have planned this time. They're still watching the front. They're not giving up any ground. They're not sort of, letting that pressure get to them. But Giza is playing further back. He's not going to play the short angle here. He's been caught out twice. He doesn't want that to happen again. So they're going to be playing very defensive positions here. And Elephant's going to make his way up. Tom has Boiler. And are they going to swing together? And are they going to be a little too paranoid about that short side now? This could work in Nervo's favor. But no, they're going to smoke him off, so he won't get a chance. They haven't spammed through. And oh, Nervo pushes! Oh, and a brilliant, very brave push from Nervo. It was so quick, I didn't actually expect it. I actually missed it there, his push through the smoke. I did not think he'd be ready to do that. He actually waited a moment and went for it. That is a very, very dangerous shot. Oh, and it's unfortunate smoke. And a lot of damage early on, and the util is just too much, and they get absolutely flattened in that last round. The util there just caught them. Tom's smoke bounced off Ellie, which was very unfortunate. But to be honest, even if it had landed, I think the util still would have done everything it had done, which was molly Boiler, burn Tom, blind Ellie. It really made it difficult. So they're really going to have to make the most of this CT side to turn things around. And honestly, they can. There's a lot of opportunities here. We'll see. Giza and Nervu are going up long and short. Tom and Elephant are going to seed it early on, similar to how Giza and Nervu did the first round, just to learn a bit more info. Tom gets a lovely on what I presume was a one-way from Pit, and now Giza's out in the open, and he's going to have to take 2 fights, and it's going to be very difficult. Elephant could lose his head here, though, and then it could make it a bit easier, but he's going back. Oh, he's been dinked? No, it was through the wall, so he's still got some health to play with. Giza He's trying his best here, but it's very difficult to even get on site. You know, they can just sort of take their time here, and it's very difficult. And yes, he does get one. A nice shot, and it's gotten close. It got very close there, but they managed to clinch it. They've kept alive. They are fighting for their lives here. You can really feel the pressure. Gizo and Nervo clearly know what they're doing. And Giza pushing down this side, full eco. Probably won't be expecting too much, but they might get it done because a great shot. Elephant needs the trade here. Oh, a little bit hairy. A little bit hairy to take out Tom there with the Glock, or was it with the Tech 9? I think it was. It was very efficient, but thankfully they managed to hold it together. The only problem is now Nervo and Giza have a fairly healthy buy, and Elephant and Tom's, well, it could still work. The MP9 is very powerful, particularly on this map in this kind of situation. You know, they're kind of forced down these little intersections, so it definitely has some hope. But we'll have to see. They're just waiting it out first. They want to see if either make any mistakes, but Tom actually punishes it. But Nervu gets the trade very quickly. Tom, I think he thought he was safe there, but just got caught out. No info. And I think he's going to be forced to give it away here, which is going to be a huge advantage to Elephant if he does. He hasn't gone out yet. He's dropped. And now Elephant has the info, so he has a shot at this. But Nervo has a lot of angles to clear, but he's clearing them quickly. And Elephant chose his timing, but he didn't do enough damage. Oh, but he saves it, gets in close enough, and keeps them in this game. Nicely recovered from Ellie. Didn't quite get the damage in there the first one. It was very hairy there, but he just about survived. And this is suddenly not looking too bad for Tom and Ellie. I think they were really struggling. The power of the util on the CT side for them was too much, but this T side, not so much. They haven't pulled out as much yet. They're struggling to get buys together. They're getting, Ellie and Tom are getting more chances here, and they might be able to keep that up. But Nervo is out with the Tech 9. They're both going to head onto site, and they have long here. All that's left is a shoddy. This will be a tough fight for Elephant. Nervo has a great position, and it's going to be a very hard round to win for them. I would be amazed if he was ready for Nervo. Even if he takes this fight, it'll be very tough. And sure enough, Nervo gets a very quick and efficient trade. No time wasted. One shot, one kill, and that is that. And now Elephant and Tom down to their last few bucks. Let's run this. So we'll see what the T side cook up here. They're doing a split somewhat similar to what Gem and Haffy did. The short and the long side. Long sort of pushing in sooner to get more info. And they have gotten a lot of info, but they might get tricked by Ellie, who's still on the site. He gets one. Oh, and that is that. Game is done and dusted. A very efficient win from Giza and Nerva. Very well played from them, and just a very tough match. It felt like Tom and Ellie really struggled to get into that match, and then once they got onto the CT side, they really did. It really did start to come together. They had some options, but it was just too much. It was just too much that happened for them, and I think the problem then was they had so few rounds. One of those rounds they nearly had to lose. Another one they had a shot at, but it meant they basically couldn't make a mistake from that point on. And unfortunately, they tripped up. So it was very well played. Very, very well played. and it'll certainly be a disappointing result for Tom and Ellie. But nevertheless, Firm Brooklyn advance. Congratulations to Firm Brooklyn. They are through once again, and we will add their scores so they go through. And we have our two matches set up. So our next match now is we'll check if the players are ready to go. This will be our first semi-final, which will be Dean Haffey versus Fisker and Mort. I'll go get the players, and we'll be back with you shortly. All right, folks. The map bans are underway. I'll just be updating our stream one now, and we'll have the map band sent to the players. Excellent. Sending the players their links now. And we'll see if we have a break from the Inferno. Should be interesting to see. So, this will be a very interesting game. As I say, I played a little bit with Fisker and Mort, very strong players. Or sorry, I've only played with Mort, excuse me. Mort was a very strong player, sort of fit in very well. Fisker, as far as I know, is an unknown. We had one other member who joined for a game like this before, but as far as I know, he never joined any of our games, so we'll find out now. And train is out. First map ban is in. Train is out, and I think that's team. Yes, that's team Dia and Happy. So they're gonna knock out Train. They've already had good luck on Inferno. Be curious to see if they go for it again. Inferno is now out. Okay. Perhaps they've been watching over the previous matches and don't want to see Inferno show up. Vertigo is out for Team D and Happy. Boyard is out. For Fisker and Mort. So already starting to look a bit more interesting. We could still get a nuke, and as I say it, nuke goes. So this will be certainly something a bit unusual. We might get overpass. Lake is out. So overpass. That's another thing as well. Of course, both of these teams, have played quite a lot of CS:GO, so they are going to have a bit more experience on these maps than maybe some other players might. So it might be more interesting for them to try some of these. And sure enough, we're going to get a classic map. Will it be Chalice or will it be Cobblestone? It is Cobblestone. Okay, I will send the IP to the players and we will get started. Cobble at dawn. All right, so oops, we don't need to do that here. We'll swap it over here. Put the players onto Cobble. And we'll be ready to get our game underway. So as soon as the map loads, all the players have their IP. I think they're all ready to go. And it'll be very interesting to see now. As I said, I think it'll be interesting. It'll be a slightly different game. This is, I think, our first cross-continental game. So the dynamics of the ping and so forth will be a little bit different. Maybe Peeker's advantage will come into play. We'll see if that sort of either affects the strategies or the performance of either team here. So they're going to jump in for their warm-up, but they're all in now, and we will remove our Gabro bot. And we will be underway. Having a bit of flexing, bit of a no-scope battle. And Sweet is certainly getting himself warmed up. And yes, I have played with Sweet before. I wasn't sure if that was Fisker, but it obviously was. And we'll just see here. We might take a pause. They've got quite a ping advantage. So yeah, because they're both furries, I think it does make sense that we swap over. put that in for... Actually, I'm just going to jump down to the players. We'll be back in one moment and I'll have a chat with them. Cool, folks. And we're back. Ah, and the players have gathered around a chicken in the name of peace. Perhaps they'll have a friendly football match instead, rather than a bloody war. They look delighted. Alright, these guys are... Alright, best of luck to both teams. We're off on a much more interesting map this time, or at least a bit more interesting in terms of having a bit of variety compared to CS2 days, and being able to see a bit of cobble is nice. Both the guys coming out quick out long. They're going to take some space. Haffy's behind. He hasn't taken a hit yet. Dia's taken a few blows, but nothing too strong yet. A few glances, but both players are still looking healthy. Mort is down. And he's gotten the trade on Haffy, but Gem is too quick. Dia has taken it down and quickly gets the trade just in the nick of time before he got a fight on himself. And that was a very strong start. I think from both players, in fairness, Morton Sweet had a very good advantage there going into it. But they held their own there, and they managed to survive. So we'll see how it goes for them this round. They're going for the same strat, but a little slower. It's been smoked and mollied off. There's a bit of a one-way here. Don't know who this is going to advantage. We'll find out. A lovely nade does huge damage to Mort, and that's going to be their eco run in a lot of trouble. Dia sees Mort and also manages to get Sweet before the trade comes in. Very strong. So much more defensive this time. Haffy and Dia trying to get any info. They haven't got anything yet. A little bit of a nade to feel things out, but no info. But Dia has gotten Sweet from pushing down and is on the hunt. Goes for Mort as well. And a very strong opening here on the CT side for Haffy and Dia. We'll see if Mort and Sweet have a better shot this time. They've got a decent buy, better guns. Dia and Haffy are both on MP9s, which are very powerful on this map, but one would hope that Mort and Sweet will be able to get the range and hopefully be able to force some fights where they can make better use of them, so we'll just have to see. Gonna flash out. And is this Dia's? Yes, he set up this little one-way again, and it's a really nasty spot. They simply can't pass it, and it's so dangerous. So dangerous. It's an incredible lineup, and it just makes it really oppressive to try and break through there at all. And Mort and Sweet just can't do anything. Dia having a really nice setup here for Cobble, making it just almost impenetrable on that side. So we'll have to see if they're going to try something different. And I'm not sure if they've sort of gotten wise to what's happened there, or are they just going to try something different anyway. I think different is a great idea, and it's already paid off. They've gotten an entry on Haffy, they've gotten an MP9, and they got some entry damage onto Dia. They have a shot here. Oh, very close! Down to the last HP, but not quite. Dia just barely survives. 16 HP. It was a very solid effort. So, Mort and Sweet back on a full buy. Let's see what they can get done this round. They're having a struggle to start here, but it can all swing around in CS, so we'll see if they get another move up their sleeve. A lot util out. They haven't got the one-way smoke this time, though, so it might be a bit safer to pass, and they're going to catch Gem here as he peeks through. But he doesn't get the kill. Gem still gets the kill, peeking into that. Haffy and Gem holding it. It's going to be quite difficult for Sweet to make his way in there. But he is low, but no, it's a nice push in from Haffy. A bit brave, but it's paid off. And that's 6-0. And it's a rough start for Morton Sweet here. But they've still got the buys. They've probably have the loss bonus maxed out now, so they should be able to get some hits. Mort tries it again, but it doesn't work this time, and Haffy punishes him for the quick jump down. Without the MP9 and without the element of surprise, it just wasn't going to work, unfortunately. And I think they're a bit stuck here now on Cobble. They might be dreading this choice a bit, because you can see You know, it's very difficult to find your way out here. You know, one thing I'd love to see, and we might see yet, is they might go around the back to CT side. You know, it's pretty much the only other way they can enter. Because as it stands, oh, a great shot from Sweet though, entering on Haffy. He's still doesn't know where Gem is. Gem has the info, but Sweet still might be able to clear him here. Is he going to go for it? He is. Oh my God. Quite the swing there. Quite shocking. But he's gotten the kill in. And they've gotten one round on the board for the first half. So that might settle them now. They might be able to get one more. Let's see if they're a little more settled. He's still going for it. Sweet jumped right on it. They actually had the flash assist that time. Very strong. Good half. A nice little peak there. And we're down to from our first half. All right. So we'll see if Mort and Sweet have more luck on the CT side. They recovered a couple of rounds there. And we'll see what they have this time. Haffy and Gem popping straight down, but Mort cleaning them up. Very nice lineups. Gets them wiped out. So they've had luck so far, and that was just basically a straight drop. It can work, but a bit tricky. They might have more luck with the Mac 10s. Are they going to try it again? Not so fast this time. They're going to slow it down a bit. Morton Sweet. First contact, and Haffy and Gem get that one. They managed to do a nice split and win both of their respective fights. Just good, clean CS. They only need 2 more. It's going to be very tough for Morton Sweet, but Mort does have the M4 he can set up, so he might be able to post on the angle now. Haffy coming in quick. Takes the shot. And it's not good. He couldn't get the shot, so D is just the MP9 left now. He's going to have to retreat. They have the bomb. They have the control. And Sweet's looking to clear where he expects Gem to come from next. And Gem is waiting for him. Oh, and Sweet has a nice lineup and nails the shot. And getting a bit more luck in the CT side. Haffy and Dia are going to have to figure out something. Totally different setup this time. On the outside, totally throws the Gabro champion off. Dia's done for. And a second one caught from there. Very nasty angle, very sneaky. Seems they have their own plans on the CT side. That was a very lovely setup, and just I don't think neither of them were ready for it. They just didn't know how tight that angle is and how you can really take it out. To be honest, I've never had any luck doing that much damage from that angle before. It's very impressive. If it was me now, they'd have, about 12 HP taken off their shins, and that would be about it. So very impressive from Morton Sweet. Looking strong here. Sweet with a flash from Haffy works against him. And he's been taken out. They've got the util. They're setting up. Sweet's covering their backs. Dia's taking some space. He gets the entry fight. And now he has to fight Sweet. Another flash coming in. It's a good one. But Dia hits a great counter shot. They only need one more round. And I'd say they were starting to sweat there because those rounds were just trickling away. I think that was that 5 back-to-back for Morton Sweet. So very, very strong. Very strong play. And fair play to Morton Sweet for kicking back hard here. And they still have a shot at this. They've got a great buy. Sweet's blind, but he's got the info. And he's got a great AWP lineup. More flashes. They're going for it. They're going the entry, but it's an easy op shot for Sweet. Trying to molly him off, but no luck. Dia's going to pull off the angle and try something else. And it's a bit tricky because you're going to be scared here. You're going to be scared of that spot of someone in the back. Oh, Mort's having some lag issues. We'll see if that evens out. If not, we'll call a timeout. Gem manages to get the first. He still has to kill Sweet, though. I think he has the info. Yes, and he gets the shot. Impressive stuff. And a very good game. Very close. And fair play. I don't know about you, but I was on the edge of my seat there. I could feel the power and the control coming back. I could feel them sort of regaining some control there, and it worked really well for them. But it didn't quite work out. Mort did have a little tech issue at the air at the end, I think. I think he was suffering from a bit of a lag, which was a shame. But it seems everyone else's ping maintained. So it's a bit of a shame, but it was really well played from Morton Sweet. An incredible comeback. And a very close game. So I must say, I think that was perhaps our closest game yet in some ways. It felt like there really was a lot of momentum there for the CT side, and they really had a lot of options, really, of sort of things they could do and sort of damage they could do to the T side. So very well played, but a shame for Morton Sweet. They will be out for this round. And we will update the scoreboards. It's time to advance Dia and Haffy. And our final match before we go to our absolute final is Firm Brooklyn against Ank and Boom. And I think we can move this along. Does that work? Oh, it doesn't. It doesn't move it. One moment. This might work. There we go. Excellent. And we will advance our brackets. And we are already filling out for the finals. So we have Firm Brooklyn next versus Ank and Boom. We'll be back with you very soon. folks, we're back, and we're going to have the map bans in for you in just a moment. We're sending them to their player, to the two teams now. Oh, we've already started off. Bowyard is out already. So we won't see any Bowyard. It's not looking high chances for this tournament anyway. We'll have one last shot at the final, but if we have a Bowyard final, I'll eat my hat. Inferno is out again, which is nice to see. A little bit of variety in it. Okay, Bowyard and Chalice are both out. Brooklyn and Fur have decided they're not going to mess around with that. Inferno and Cobble are out. People aren't liking what they saw last round on Cobble. They can see how quickly it can get away from you. So they're saying no to that as well. Train is out. And we're getting some interesting maps here. We could still get something interesting. Might end up on a nuke. We haven't had a nuke game yet. I would still be expecting one to come up. Overpass is out, unsurprisingly. Lake is out. Now it's getting down to the end. Nuke is out and Overpass is out. It's going to be short dust. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Excellent. So I think, both players are in the right team. Ank and Boom are already on server, so we're just waiting on Brooklyn and Fur to jump on, and we'll be good to go. Excellent. And we're loading in. So, Cobble is out and Short Dust is in. This will be a very interesting game. And we've already seen some great performance from both Nervo and Giza. And Ank and Boom we have yet to see because they automatically advance. So this will be their first chance to show their stuff. And we'll see what they're made of. Players are just getting warmed up. We'll see if they are going to jump straight into it or are they going to play around with each other a bit. Practice their shots. These two have decided to ignore each other.
They come
Excellent. The players are about to finish off their warm-up. And we will get things underway. So, let's see. Very interesting map, Short Dust. I think it plays very different to all the other maps we've seen today. And I'm very curious to see what Ankh Watcher and Boom have in store for us. Nervo and Giza playing a little further back. Nervo playing right back just to get info. Giza gonna peek in and quickly get a kill. And Nervo very confident there, cleaning up. That's a kill each for Giza and Nervo. 2 clean headshots to open up this game. So let's see if they vary their strategy now. Are they gonna stick with their pistols? They're going MP9s now. Does that mean they're gonna push further into sight? We'll see. These guys, on the meantime, are taking their stairs, and they're gonna have first contact out here. Ankh taking a few pot shots, and they're trying to get some clean shots in here, but no one can get a shot in. Nervo finally finishes it off with a headshot on Ankh. And now they're both on top of Boom. Is he ready for him? He has one. Is he ready for the other? He might survive it, but not quite. Nervo gets the headshot just in time. Boom nearly saves it for Ankh and Boom there, but not quite. It was a little too much for them. A little bit too awkward getting caught out there and not really having space to hide. It is a difficult thing on this map. If you get caught on one of these outdoor kind of ledges, you're so exposed. You know, where are you going to go? Short of diving downwards, which has its own risks, you know, you really don't have many options. So it'll be interesting. Ankh and Boom going to change up the pace a bit here. They're going to prod sight a bit. And the opposing team are holding a crossfire. They've gotten first contact. The nade's out. Giza's in, and Nervo and Giza get a clean headshot each. Or sorry, no headshot from Giza, but 2 very nice kills to flatten Boom and Ankh. A very tough opening them here for them. And it will be a tough match, I'll be honest. Definitely Ankh and Boom, probably the underdogs coming into this match. But there's still plenty of rounds, and there's still plenty of sort of different plays they can try here. There's quite a lot of versatility on Short Dust. When things start to go wrong, it's not as difficult as some other maps. Boom trying to push up on long there, not having any luck. Ankh just getting caught out just after he clears, gets caught and killed by Giza. So still just not finding an inning. They managed to get a bit more space. They took a bit more control, but they just didn't have enough. They didn't have enough info, just not enough. They weren't able to do enough with the space they got in that short amount of time that they had before Nervo and Giza moved in. So they're going to try smoke off that side this time, but an excellent nade comes in. Giza's already lined up, ready to kill. And now Boom might be trying a different tactic. He's going to go for a flank, but it's no luck. Nervo and Giza are just too sharp on it today. And just again, they just can't get an entry. They're trying both up long this time, but a nice double peek from Nervo and Giza just means the Ankh Watchers just can't get anything in. And they've not really got a buy. They've got Galils, but to be honest, it's going to be difficult to make it work here. We'll see what they do with them. Getting up on site is probably a good idea here. They're going to avoid the nade this time, which is good, at least for the most part. But Giza is just feeling confident, and just comes in and jumps on the box, and just as soon as he gets that little bit of info, jumps in and just absolutely rails So, looking very tough for Ank and Boom here. They're going to struggle to stay in this game. They haven't even got a full buy for this round, so they're just going to have to make do. They might want to try and get in closer. Going to take a lot of stray damage there from Nervu whilst trying to get into the site. Unfortunately, Boom is behind him, which means all the info is going to be theirs. But Boom has actually gone the other side. Unable to get the trade now. Just about avoiding getting peeked there, though. He might be able to catch a timing here if he's lucky. But no. A very decisive first half from Fern, Brooklyn, Giza, and Nervu. They are 8-0 up and a very, very commanding lead. And it's just like that. It is match point. So Ank and Boom are going to have to pull something together here for the defense. It's going to be very tough. I think Glocks even just going straight onto the site is very powerful, and that's exactly what they're doing. It's hard to counter at the best of times, and they're already kind of on the back foot here, so let's see if they can make it work. Might have some options here. Nervo is doing a flank, and it hasn't quite paid off, but he still gets the frag in the end. Ank is going for the defuse. He can't get it, and no, can't get the counter kill either, and just like that, the game is done. GG, our first 9-0. Bit of a disappointing to see, but that is the luck of the draw. It can happen. Ank and Boom, we're probably going to have a tougher time in this particular matchup, and it showed through in the scores. Well played to Giza and Nervu. And just like that, we've gone from having trying to sort our games and having so many games to sort out, and now it is all reduced down to this final game. With Fern, Brooklyn advancing, that means we have just our final left. So we will advance them now. And that means we have our final, and a great final it'll be. It's going to be very excited. Firm Brooklyn, who have just been smashing through this tournament, real outsiders, but we knew they'd be coming in strong, and sure enough, incredible displays of skill. And Dian Haffey also, obviously the Gabro champion on the other bracket with a new partner, feeling confident and able to pull himself into the finals as well. So I think this is going to be a great final. I really have no idea who's going to win. I think it's going to be incredibly close. Yeah, Tom, I think you might be right there. I did have a peek at Fern Brooklyn's Face It rating, and it is fairly intimidating. But I would posit at least that particularly in a map, particularly in Wingman, particularly in CS:GO as well, there are enough other variables that does offer you a huge advantage, but it isn't the whole story. And I think we've seen that a few times in some of these matchups. Players, maybe even when they were on the back foot, still really being able to find ways to trick players and sort of catch them off guard. And I'm kind of hoping we'll see a lot of that. I think it's going to be a bit of a sneaky play. I'm very curious to see what it'll be like. I don't want to say too much or sort of attempt to predict too much. I do just kind of want to let it play out and see. But I think it's going to be a great game. So if the teams are listening, if you can remain in your chats, or Firm Brooklyn can remain in their chat, and we will fetch Dian Haffey, and we will get this final underway ASAP. We'll be back with you very shortly. right, folks, the teams are in. We'll be getting them their map bans momentarily, and we'll be ready for the finals. It'll be coming at you quick, so stay tuned. We'll be on in just one moment. Excellent. So the teams have been sent all their information, so we'll have map bans incoming shortly. And here we go. First one's in, Boyard. I'm really excited to see what maps they play. I think both teams had an incredible performance on Inferno, so that's going to be really interesting. I think there's a lot of opportunities here. Inferno could be strong for either player. As I said, still haven't seen any nuke yet. I feel like we might not now, given how the players have been voting, but we'll just have to see. You never know, I suppose. Just gonna check in with our players, make sure we have our band set up. Yep. So we should be getting our bands from Team Dia and Happy momentarily. And this is going to be a very interesting final. Still waiting on the bands from Team Dia and Happy. Just gonna refresh on my own page here. We did have this one year where it wouldn't update for us, but nope, still just Boyard for now. So we'll wait until we hear back from Dia and Happy. They're either having a very serious conversation or one of them's run off. Pressure got too much, just decided to run out the building, you know. Happens to the best of us. Hey, and we have our ban in Train. Okay, Train is out for Team Dia and Happy. And let's see what Fern Brooklyn have in store. Same strategy they did as before, which is get Boyar and Chalice out of here. I think they did that in their last votes as well. Those are just not maps they're interested in playing, so we won't see any Boyard or Chalice today. Not too surprising, but I did see some teams practicing, so I thought we might. Vertigo's out now as well. So is Lake. So no Lake matches either. No surprises there. Vertigo also, yeah, just a very controversial pick, I would say. Some players love it, some players hate it, but it's kind of a risky pick in some ways as well. So Vertigo is out, and now Overpass as well. Inferno is out, so we won't be having Inferno. Fern, Brooklyn are not feeling it. Don't fancy their chances after they've seen the performance from Haffy. So Haffy and Dia on Inferno. So it'll be very interesting to see now what else comes out of it. We have Cobblestone, Nuke, and Short Dust left. Some tricky choices. Cobblestone is out from Dia and Haffy. It's certainly a map that can get away from you, and we might end up with our nuke of the day. We'll see if Short Dust is picked. I'd be quite surprised though, especially if it's Firm Brooklyn's pick, which I believe it is. I can't imagine they'll go for Short Dust, but we'll just have to see. Yeah, and Short Dust is indeed out. The final match for Gabro Games Wingman 2025 will be on Nuke. I believe all the players have their IPs. We will swap to the appropriate map and we will get this game underway very shortly. We'll be back in just one moment. Hello, and the Gabro 2025 final is just about to kick off. We have Giza, Dia, and Hafi in. That is 3 players left. And just one more player to go before we can start off our final. They're having some vicious fights here, just to warm each other up. Hitting some really nasty shots, unsurprisingly, given they've gotten this far to the final. These players certainly know how to play, and I think it's going to be really interesting. I think from what I've seen, it's hard to say for sure, but from what I've seen, I reckon on raw skill, Giza and Nervu really do have some wonderful aim, and they might be able to out-aim Hafi and Dia here, but that does not mean they will be out at all. They will have every chance in this battle, I think, because there will be a lot of other factors at play. There may be a bit of speed, a bit of pacing, maybe some util usage. But then again, Giza and Nervu's util has been very strong too. So I could really see this going anywhere. I'm really excited to see it. We're just going to set off the recording here. Excellent. Giza and Nervu are ready. And we'll see if Dia and Hafi are. Sweet. Both teams are ready, so it's time to begin. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, we are off. The final here. Very good. We've got 2 European teams, so we've both on European servers, so we've got some nice pings for some clean games and some really, really good players. This is going to be really exciting. I can't wait to see what they do early on. Hafi is breaking out. Dia is trying to fake the doors, but Hafi's been taken out. The distraction was not enough, and Hafi was taken out very quickly there. And now he might be trying to bait a player out. Let's see if he has any luck. Giza and Nervu have very strong positions here. Lovely shot from Dia. Closes the door. And one more enemy left to find. Nervu, on the other hand, he has a lot of info here, but it's going to be a bit tricky because he can be peeked from a lot of angles here. So I'm not sure if he's going to want to stay here. We'll just have to see. And no, he's jumping down. Sure enough, he doesn't like all these angles either, and he's getting down. And Diaz jumped out onto the balcony. It's a 1v1 fight, but Nervu takes the first kill. Some whiffed Glock shots there from Dia, and that is all it takes to end the first round. Very strong play. So it'll be very interesting to see. They've got the Mac 10s out this time, a decent buy. They're going to be rushing straight out of the lobby, straight into a fight. 1v1, but Nervu gets the trade again so quickly. Beautiful jump down with just 1 HP. Manages to finish them off. It's very close. These have not been close rounds. These have been close rounds. And I dare say the T-side is a little bit tougher here, so still all to play for. But a very, very strong start from Giza and Nerva. And Nerva now is pushing up a bit, which is a bit different to what they did before. It might throw Dia or Hafi off guard, but they seem a little suspicious. Are they going to be ready, though, for the stairs play? Hafi's checking it, but he hasn't cleared it yet. He's going to see the legs. That might distract him, and sure enough, it's enough. As soon as the distraction comes in, Nervu cleans up. Very good play, and great trigger discipline from both Giza and Nervu there. Nervu holding it out, waiting, waiting to strike, not just waiting even until he had the info, but until he was sure that Dia was counter-peeking Giza, and then finishes the battle off. So very strong. They've double naded the door. They're flashing out, but they're actually kind of stuck here. Giza and Nervu getting ready for a fight, but it's not coming. Might slow back things down again. And this is for the knives. For all the marbles. Giza has a good position here, but is not getting much info. Neither is Nerva, and they're both clearing the same thing, and it's going to cost them. Dia's going to run out and make him pay for it. And Hafi's going to get the bomb down. Nerva gets a trade, and Hafi isn't ready. And Hafi, a big mistake there, wanders out of the smoke. He's not paying attention to where Gem's killed from, and it cost them the round. That could have been their round, but that's going to be a very confident 4 rounds to Nervo and Giza. Very strong play. Just very quick, efficient, great util usage, keeping good control of the sites. But you can see Hafi and Dia did get an opening there. They did find a way to sort of break in a bit and get their plant. And hopefully they'll be able to do it again. Because if they can, they might actually have a shot in this round. But if they don't, I don't think they're going to get anywhere. This guy's pushing out Giza, taking a big risk. It kills him. And now it's down to a 1v1. Nervo's out on the balcony. He's holding for Dia. He's waiting for it, but he's just peeked down. The molly gives away Dia's position, but he moves down. Nervo isn't moving. He's keeping his cool. Dia shouldn't have the info on him yet, and he doesn't. You can see him looking around. He's not sure where he is. And Nervo has great control here. It's pretty much only the squeaky door Gem can surprise him on, but then he has to immediately jump out and get the kill, or it's not going to work. And it's not looking good. He sees nothing, and Nervo, up high, takes the kill. Standing on the railing there, so even his feet isn't seen. You know, even if Gem did a quick 180 there, it was going to be very hard for him to actually see anything from Nervo there at all. So just immaculate play from Giza and Nervo. You have to hand it to them. So far, at least, you know, Hafi and Dia have had their chances, but at the minute, on the CT side, they're just being outplayed. A lot of damage down to Dia. Dia is down, and Hafi is trapped. Flash out, and immediately goes for the swing and manages to get a kill. Very strong play. And it's getting tough here now. You're on pistols on the T side, and you've got to be thinking to yourself, what do I do next? You know, what do I do to sort of break this? Because it's going to be very difficult. Hafi's looking to the boilers for advice. See if it can guide him to victory. He gets a lovely kill on Nervu, catches him with his nade out. He's jumped back. And now it's down to Giza on his own. And we see Nervu really the haymaker in the first round, so Giza is going to have to make it up here if he wants to win this round for his team. A rough peak for him. He loses health and he's down. And that's the first round for Team Dia and Hafi. So that'll be quite a relief for them. That was a very awkward bye, a very difficult round to win. Quite a scary round to go into, to be honest. So fair play to them for resetting, and now they actually have a bye. Of course, Giza and Nervu have their rounds built up, so they won't have any issues with their bye either. Hafi's going to hold for Nervu again. He gives it away this time, though, and he gets caught out. Doesn't quite catch the footsteps in time, and he's punished for it. But Dia does get the latent trade, and he's going to get the bomb back. Oh, and he doesn't quite get it. It was a good hustle. It was a good aim, but it just wasn't enough. Didn't quite finish him off. A very good half, though. Very interesting half. And as I said, it's certainly looking a little bit difficult for Dia and Hafi right now, but certainly wouldn't count them out because again the CT side has a lot of advantages on this map. It's much easier to use your util to control the situation than it is for the terrorists to use their utility to control it. And as you can see here, they're already blocking off Nervo's position, but it doesn't matter because Giza has just run in of Squeaky Door and just won the fights. Just won the fights, plain and simple. So, last chance for Dia and Hafi. They've got to win this round. It's going to be a very tough one. They're against stiff competition. Dia's caught out, low HP already. He could be done for here, and he is. And it's over. A very commanding play. Excellent use of util, even when swapping to the other side there. You know, just excellent play all round. You know, it's harder to use that util on the T side, but they made it work there. You could see them, you know, the same way they were keeping people in, they did the same. They would take the site and actually keep the CTs from retaking the site with the util, which is hard to do on that map. Excellently played, really well executed, and a heartfelt congratulations to Fur and Brooklyn, our champions. Giza and Nervu, congratulations. You've done a wonderful job. As I said, per our protocols, we'll be waiting 1 hour, and then after which we'll be giving you your prizes of a pair of Shadow Daggers each. So yeah, well played to both teams. You did absolutely immaculately. Everyone who played in the tournament did really, really well. It was an absolute, I would say, just a great series of games. Very strong. Very confident play from all the players, and very few trip ups. We had one very one-sided match, but other than that, the games have been very back and forth. And I gotta say, I hope we get to see more Firm Brooklyn because they put on an incredible performance today and are well deserving of their prize. So we'll look forward to handing them that over to them very soon. So, in the meantime, that's me from Gabro Games for today. As always, all of the games you saw hosted today and played today were hosted using the Gabro app. Players who are going practice for these tournaments, we offer a wingman mode where the players can train. So you can always sign up for a free trial if you ever want to try it for yourself. We host it in 9 locations around the world, and not only does it allow us to do tournaments like this where we can invite anyone from the world over, it also allows you to get a low latency wherever you are. There's a lot of great features to it. We have all the classic game modes for it: CS:GO, Danger Zone, Flying Scoutsman. We even have our own Halloween mode, Ghost Hunter, with an invisible terrorist. We're adding new stuff all the time, and the entire game, the whole experience, can be controlled from the app. So if you get a chance, do check out the Gabro app. It's been instrumental into making this tournament a success. I want to thank everyone as well who helped behind the scenes. Particularly to Abby, who did an awful lot of work today and the days leading up for this tournament, both in terms of promotion and just getting everything organized. And also thank you to all the players who showed up. You made things very easy for us. I know we had a few dropouts early on, but past that point, it was very easy to manage, very easy to get players their teams and their bands, and there not be too much confusion or anything. Things went very smoothly. So thank you so much for making that as sort of amicable as possible. It really went smoothly. So well done to all the players. As I said, my name is Nevik. We host events around this time of day, actually, in CS:GO pretty much every weekend. If we don't have a tournament on, we'll be playing some other kind of game. We'll be playing some CS:GO. Might be playing a bit of Danger Zone. Often playing a bit of classic comp. But please do come over, join us. Anyone is welcome. Anyone who's entered the tournament or anyone who's watching, our door is always open. You can just go to gabrogames.com, check out our Discord, and we'd be more than happy to have you. As you can see, we've got some great players in here. We get some great games. So if you're looking for an interesting challenge or opportunity to try and learn and improve, we have players across very broad spectrum of skills. So it means we get lots of opportunities to have lots of interesting types of games. But that's me for tonight, folks. It was an absolute pleasure to have you. Um, I'll make sure the players get their prizes, and we'll be in touch again very soon. It was an absolute pleasure, guys. Goodbye.